I remember never having named the pets I brought home years ago, each guided towards their own unfortunate graves. Fish tossed, birds hunted by flies. Even as a child, I didn't bother weeping for their deaths, merely disappointed I couldn't prolong it. Perhaps it was cruel to let something so sweet die so easily, but they had no names. Mother told me to clean the cage and tanks of water, but the shit and the wet feathers laying on their prison's floor didn't bother me when I slept. I think the parrots cried for the water and food I forgot they needed, rustling wings boarded by inches of iron. Is that how killers are made? To do away with empathy, to do away with shame. I once learned to dangerously hypothesize, to be their God when no one else was looking. Harder to do that with horses. So many care for them, or the dogs, most jailed for them. I've seen few documentaries on presidents, and they all own pets, save for James Knox Polk and the more recent one, both with some undeserved qualm with Mexico. And there's frequent talk on race now, but no one asks the animals what they think. In the country's early days, the horses rode towards blazing fires, but even as the sheets veiled their eyes, I like to think they wept for that nameless, blood-ridden beast, hung at a wood's crest like a Christ. Further away, the men and children ate the good food wives made, running with the dogs they all named George. Fishermen camped at the shores of rivers, but I'm sure they laughed too, dangling their prey by string, the divide between a good murder and a consequential one. Even as my own birds watched death's talon near, even as they cried for me to save them, I could almost mistake it for the whine of horses, burdened by the pale ghost that mounted them, that yelled something to the scorched hanging animal, a name the corpse almost answered to make it stop.